Hello, everybody. We are back from break with more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. When we left our heroes, we were in a similar position to when we started with our heroes. A fight in a smoke-filled chamber, dancing on the edge of death, the hope to save, to rescue Dirzana Freth without anybody dying. Making this not worth it in the long run. This is a very tense situation. The players have a lot of options, but a lot of potential pitfalls, and the dice could swing either way. So let's see how this turn goes, shall we? At the top of the round, this individual is fighting with Erethickorza. He is going to move up. He knows from the sounds of combat, kind of like approximately where you are, Ashes. And you realize you are getting engaged by more than just Erethickorza now. This individual has disadvantage against you because he is blinded and you are not. So, disadvantage attack, short sword. 12. Big miss. Disadvantage attack, short sword. 13. Big miss. So, once again, your crossbow that prevents you from being blinded is coming in clutch in just allowing you to defend yourself against these individuals. That is the end of his turn, and it's Matashtai. Matashtai, you can hear your allies fighting. Most specifically, you hear the crackle of lightning, right, throughout the chamber. You hear shrieks and cries, and you hear ashes. You hear ashes bellowing, clashing. You hear Zalara ringing against steel, cutting through flesh. But you also hear Ashes bellowing in pain as he is wounded as well. What do you want to do?
Double check something. Alright, well, I'm gonna step a little closer.
Okay.
Side. I have 5 charges on the Staff of Healing. I can do a Mass Cure Wounds, but then we're rolling to see if it breaks.
Oh.
Who thinks I should do it?
Do it!
5% chance.
I mean, this is a fucking moment, right? Like...
I assume you don't need to see the targets?
No.
No, I don't.
So if we can get Dirzana up too, that's...
Yeah. I mean, you know she's here.
Alright, I'm gonna try and focus it, like, I don't know, like somewhere in here.
Sure.
We're just gonna hit everybody in the room.
Gotcha.
And we'll do a Mass Cure Wounds.
So that's Mossy. So how many can you target?
6,
I
right?
think it's 6. Yeah.
When there's
the 4 of us,
you
Mossy,
4,
and
Mossy,
Dirzana?
and Dirzana. Yeah. Perfect. I don't know that Mossy has taken any fucking damage. Oh no, he has. He took a little bit of damage.
He took quite a bit, I thought.
I don't think he took a bunch, but I think he got chipped a few times.
Wow, that hovered on a 1.
I got the one
I just
hit.
want to point out the scary thing about a 7. It is adjacent to a 1.
It's adjacent to a 1,
Yep.
Jeremy, point of inquiry. Since
Yeah.
I'm in elemental form, does it only apply to elemental form, or does
It only applies to the form that you are currently in. So you gain HP in your elemental form, not
entertained
your...
by
It's like
this.
Yeah.
polymorph.
Yet another... Yeah, it's like polymorph. It's yet another...
I mean, I only had 1 lost hit point on my other form. So.
But 21
On my real
HP
form.
brings Ashes up to 44. 21 HP brings Matashtai up to 52. Bones is now fully healed, I believe. Ezra's now fully healed. I think Mossy's also fully healed. And you're not sure about the status of Dirzana Freth, but 21 is probably a pretty good chunk of change. You know she is an elite warrior, so you know approximately how healthy they are, right? Though you know she was injured, so she's probably doing significantly better off of 21 HP. That's it. That's all the charges from the Staff of Healing. Anything else for you, Matashtai?
I'm going to bonus action drink my other greater potion of healing.
And just like that, a lot of that damage is reversed. The beauty of healing in a moment like this, holy fuck. Not as good a roll as your last one, but pretty okay. Yeah, pretty okay.
Yep, it'll do.
That'll do.
That's actually spot on the average.
Okay, anything else for your turn, Matashtai?
No. Well, actually, I'm gonna step forward a little bit to try and soak some damage.
Okay, gotcha. We're gonna do this. Bloop. Sure, fantastic.
And as I step forward, pat Ashes on the back. Gotcha.
Invisibly. Patting the other invisible person.
Yeah,
I just know where he is at all times.
Know where he is.
I'm used to a smell. Like, I got that alien scent.
Look, dealing with a scenario where multiple players. I wish I had more layers to deal with in Roll20 to where I could put each player on their own layer, right? Or I wish I could make certain layers visible to other layers, but not to other layers, right? I wish I had more,
all of the above.
But it's just really complicated to try to do something in like it, and it's just the same thing in real life. It's like, yeah, your minis are there, but you don't know where you're at.
No.
It's suspension of disbelief. Okay. Something happens. Y'all don't fucking know what. Mossy's up.
Mossy
can sense. Now currently Mossy just sees everything like his normal vision. He technically can't see all of these people, but he knows where they are because of his tremor sense. So he can identify where all of the people are in the room. He just can't see what they're doing necessarily.
Sure.
There is a guy directly underneath him, I will say. And then whatever you want to do, you do.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna hop down and just try and clear a path. I guess he'll just go straight down 15.
Did he just drop 15 feet onto this guy?
Well, no, I mean, not if it's gonna hurt him. But if it's not gonna hurt him,
it'll be a 15-foot fall for Mossy. It'll be a 500-pound elemental for the other guy.
Oh, he does that then. That sounds we do that.
Wait,
let's go. Roll. You're muted. You're muted, Jake.
I feel like 500 pounds is
might be light,
short.
Honestly. Actually,
you're talking like a ton and a half probably of pure stone coming down on this.
I will say this. What it is we'll play it out like this, Bones. Mossy could fall out of the wall on this guy. If Mossy chooses to do that, Mossy is going to need to roll an acrobatics check. And if he succeeds, he can continue on with his turn. If he fails, he takes damage and his turn's over, basically. Now, the falling on the guy is going to be a dex save for the guy.
Oh, they're dexterous as hell.
So yeah, that's up to you for that play. And that goes to kind of like show the scenario of like, Mossy this could be a thing that Mossy does, is try to like get above people and just drop on them with his big ass fucking weight, right? And that could prove really powerful, but it has the downside of, is a fucking rock dropping. If he fails, he's gonna drop like a rock and then have to like get himself the fuck back up,
Yeah, I think he's just gonna walk down the wall. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to have him have a turn. Is
But
someone
if he
under him?
succeeds on the acrobatics check, he can potentially crush the guy and do his full round of attacks.
Yeah, but he's not great at acrobatics.
He's not.
So
It's really a roll of the dice.
he's
Which you guys
quite
are in a
bit more.
situation where the roll of the dice might not be a good scenario. So I feel you. Okay, Mossy just goes down 15 feet and
He lays into the chick with the target on her.
lays into the chick with the target on her. Awesome. Mossy
I don't know who that is.
has advantage. She is blinded. Again, there is a guy directly under Mossy, so you need to move out of that space if you want to do attacks.
There's a guy directly under Mossy.
Yeah.
Okay. I will move out of that space.
Okay.
It doesn't. I don't see anyone directly below him.
Oh, is he on the wrong? My bad. Oops, he was on the wrong layer. I apologize. Yeah, he's there. You go. Sorry, you made your attacks. You're attacking against Karetha Korza. Mossy has Tremor Sense, which means Mossy is not affected by the blinded condition, I believe, is how that works. Tremor Sense can detect and pinpoint vibrations. Yeah, sure. That might be a liberal translation, but we're going to go with it. That means that Mossy knows where this individual is and can attack her normally. She is blinded. She does not know that Mossy is there, so she has disadvantage, so it means Mossy has advantage. 25 hits, 20. Also hits. 26 hits, 14 does not hit. 31 damage as Mossy begins to rev up and blender into the side of Kareth Ikorza, who shouts out in alarm as this Zorn attacks and again calls out in Elvish, and only Ezra understands. Anything else for Mozzy's turn?
That's it.
Okay. That is the end of Mossy's turn. Dirzana. Ooh. Did you say anything, Ezra?
No.
Yeah? He just got hurt by this lightning thing. And
That then lit up and shocked the fucker that was fucking with her.
actually tried to, but failed to.
That was glowing like he was attempting to do damage to the thing.
It's kind of hard to see that in the smoke.
You don't
can't-
want none of this
He can't
smoke.
see Bones. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on with this thing. She is going to use her action to disengage. Moves up. She tries to move into Bones' space and bumps into him. Fails. Then moves past and then tries to hug the right. I'm gonna roll a perception check. +4. She rolled a 10. Sorry, I rolled that to myself. So she does not find the corrosive cleaver on the ground near her, and keeps moving north. 30. Ashes. You feel healing energy course through your veins. You feel Zalara begin to kind of like burn and hum in your hands. And it is your turn. I do want to say for clarity, while we were on break, we did do the damage to Karetha Korza from your tether, right? And we had you roll for concentration on your branding smite. You succeeded on that and did 8 damage to Karetha Korza. What do you want to do for your turn?
Yep. I wish, now that I have the opportunity to, I'm just gonna fucking... Time to pull out the old Berserker Barrage.
Oh, are you feeling emboldened by being healed?
Yeah, I am actually. Here we go. Attack 1. Does a 32 hit.
Yes, a 32 hits.
I don't get to say that very often, so I'm gonna.
You get to say that all the
attack
fucking
number
time.
2.
All the time. Okay.
Does a 31 hit.
See? You'd see?
Okay. I heard it too, and I just forgot.
And a 28.
Don't sound so somber. With
All
that
of those
28.
hit, yes. Okay.
Let's see. 7 plus...
Why did you double damage on that one?
I didn't roll the damage on the second one.
Ah, gotcha.
7 plus 14.
And you get both Feral Might and Crimson Right damage for these?
Yeah, it's all in there.
Okay.
15. So that is a total of 71 damage.
Yeah.
If my math is correct.
That's cray-cray. You lay into Karetha Korza. You see she's turned slightly against someone else. You hear the telltale blender sound of Mossy nearby, right? The grinding of stone and the scrape of claws. You sense that she kind of like turns to defend herself, and you rush. You have this moment where you're like, I need to. She's gonna kill me. And your hand's reaching for a potion, and then you feel this warmth wash over you as Matashtai heals you, risking the staff of healing to keep you up. And you realize in that moment, now is your chance. You lunge forward, you catch Karetha Korza in the side with your shoulder, you reach in, rip your claws up underneath her breastplate and down her chest. Blood gushes from her. She immediately turns and you feel the butt of the lance smack into, and then she like unnaturally like shifts a little further away from you than you expected, but it doesn't matter. You lunge again, claws swinging wildly, and she's unable to defend herself enough, right? As you begin to rip and tear into her. She's still standing, but after the amount of damage that you've dealt to her just yourself, you can't imagine that she has much left going. Just off of the sheer, you can smell and hear the blood coming off of her, right? The blood splattering
just
across
for
the
flavor,
ground.
I like to imagine that as the blood like flies off of here, a lot of it like spatters onto me, and for like a brief moment, you barely see the silhouette of a werewolf from the blood until the blood eventually fades into invisibility as well.
Wonderful, very cool. Yeah, absolutely, awesome. Okay, that is the end.
Assuming she could see if there wasn't a bunch of smoke.
She seems to look directly the fuck at you, right? Like she knows you're there.
Yeah, I know she can see me. I'm just saying that like
she knows you're there. You've been fighting her for a few moments. She can see through your invisibility, and she seems perceptive enough to be able to track your movements through the smoke. It's just she's still fighting in smoke, so she just can't see you.
Yeah.
Right?
Intern.
All right. That is the end of your turn. Bones, you see come streaking through the smoke. This kind of like electrical mass that streaks through Dearzana Breath and then into this other guy, and is now kind of like tangling with him. What do you want to do?
Okay, so what is this this thing? Is this like a fireplace? What is this?
Yeah, it's a big ass fucking fireplace. You can kind of like hear this almost kind of like echoey scenario, hollow sound coming from that eastern portion. Where
Gotcha.
the sounds like the ringing and the fighting, the shouting go in there, and they kind of like either dampen greatly or they reverberate back out.
Okay. And then Dirzana ran off north, right?
She ran off north, right? Like you said to follow you, and then she got shocked by this fucking electric thing. And she can't tell where the fuck you are. She has no fucking clue. So she's just kind of stumbling through the smoke, trying to find her way.
I'll shout. Because she said arachnid things to the east, right?
She muttered that to you as you took the gag off of
to
her.
the east, the room to the east. I'll just be like, I've got her, and then I'm gonna just fucking run into the wall as a ghost.
Roll me as you kind of like shout that. Roll me a persuasion check, real quick. It's just gonna be normal.
Okay. It's this button.
But the DC is relatively high, I think.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 though.
Thank you for making this so much easier.
Okay. There is a moment, right? Like there's panic, there's glory, there's so much happening around, and I think again we're gonna judiciously use like movie cinema here, or more anime cinema, truthfully. You all are fighting in the smoke, and you're having like these little individual like conflicts, and all of this stuff is going on. At this point, none of you are necessarily certain exactly where Dirzana Freth is. Some of you aren't even really concerned with Dirzana Freth. You got your own shit to be worried about right now, right? Bones shouts out, "I've got her." Right? But it doesn't sound like he's talking to any of you. And the players in the audience can see for a moment, right? Like in this smoke, this stumbling, wounded woman kind of like clutching her clavicle, right? That appears to be shattered. She's got smeared blood down one side of her face, where like there's a slight tear as if someone was slowly starting to like peel open her cheek, right?
Nope.
Nope. Too much body gore. And there's just dozens of dried, bloody wounds all over her body, and she like puts an arm up onto this wall and winces in pain as she kind of like looks, blinking through the smoke around her, and this shout goes out, "I've got her!" And she turns, and there's, again, only the audience, only the players see this, the characters do not, but we all see this kind of like look of acknowledgement on Dirzana's Freth's face as she realizes Bones is shouting that to her, and he's actually going to go, he's gonna do it. He's gonna rescue Arachnophane. At least she believes that's what's gonna happen.
All right, well, that's not all I care about.
Bones, you're rushing eastward?
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with a cat dash, and it's gonna take more than that, but...
Okay.
So...
Describe...
I guess, like, right here is where the difficult terrain would
How does your ghost scenario work? What do you have? What happens here?
Bro. What do you mean, what do I have?
He's spoopy.
No, so, okay, so, you know... as a phantom, right, I just kind of wrap myself in the souls, like I'm like around me. And this particular time, I crushed a trinket that had like a drow in it, so I crushed that, and I'm using him to like wrap my
soul. Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I'm soul Hannibal Lecter.
Wonderful.
So I can I'm kind of blurring the line,
slurping up that soul.
Soul Ed Gein.
Okay, so Ghost Walk lets you assume a spectral form. You can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but you take damage if you end your turn inside a creature or object.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna start with a cat dash, and it's probably gonna take more than that.
I will say, right, like, I think for clarity, because I want you to know this, I think for clarity, this is a very powerful ability, and I think what counts as an object is open to debate or discussion, right?
Okay.
I think in this particular instance, the idea of walking through a wall, perfectly solid, right? If you were to like try to walk into solid earth, I would even let you. By the concepts of the ability, it says you take 1d10 force damage if you end your turn inside of a creature or of an object. I'm going to augment this. I'm going to say you can try to ghost your way through shit, but much like etherealness, if you end in something, it's going to shunt you out the nearest direction, and you're going to take 1d10 per 5 feet traveled for that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So if you go into something and you get shunted out 10 feet, it's 2d10. Cool, no big deal. If you get shunted out 40 feet because you're trying to dash through a level, right? Like, that might be a problem, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll be honest, I never considered a wall as not an object, so I didn't think about that.
I think it's open to interpretation. Like, I think a door, definitely an object. Easy peasy, right? But, like, you start to get into, like, walls, and it's like, does that translate into, is a mountain an object? And it's like, yeah, a mountain's an object, but it's kind of like a weird consideration of an object, right? Like,
yeah, that's weird. I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me. All right, then 5, 10, 15, and then this is where difficult terrain would start, right?
Yep, that's where difficult terrain will start.
Okay,
so
15, so 25, 35, I can't, 35, 45,
45, 55. How much do you have?
60. I have 60 total right now. I still have my bonus action and my action.
Boop, you come out of the other side of the wall.
Okay, so
it was a pretty thin wall, all things considered.
That's lucky. I was just
you are still in the fucking smoke though.
Oh, the smoke has gotten in this room.
The smoke is in this room. Yes.
The door was not closed?
The door is not airtight.
Well, all right then. It is what it is. I will then bonus action dash because I will begin searching.
Okay.
I can't move.
Oh, you can't move, right? Because you get which do you want to move, south or east?
I want to move east for now. I want to try and get into and I'm like listening. I'm trying to figure out if like I hear anything or anyone, like trying to get a bearing on where someone is.
No need to listen. You walk out of the smoke.
Oh.
You walk out of you appeared right on the edge of the smoke. You walk out of the smoke and you see a large chamber before you. I'll give you a brief description real quick. Un momento. Okay. Was not prepared for this. My bad. What fucking room is this? Holy shit.
This one.
It's this one, he says.
Is the room that she is in.
You walk into a room that has, it's pretty big. There's a web-shrouded wreckage of several beds and dressers, over near this fireplace in the east wall, where there's a small mound of rubble. It looks like, people have been burning a fire here. There, along the walls, there are bedrolls, right? Like, this is a makeshift, barracks or makeshift like field station, right? People are sleeping here in their off time. There's no one here right now, but in the southern corner, in the southwest corner, there is a fierce-looking woman, gagged, her arms bound behind her back. She is pale. Did you guys ever meet Arachnophane?
Was she part of the?
She's not in my notes.
She was She was one of the 3 individuals that, along with Vikadara, that were one of the 3 Breathian drow from the Sethian Scourges. But I don't know if you guys met that whole group or if you just met Quailen Flond and Derzana Freth.
I only recall talking to Derzana.
Okay. You don't see her or you don't recognize her, but I would say she probably matches a description that you have been given. You were probably given descriptions for Arachnophane since you had already met Derzana. They wouldn't have needed to give you a description there. Bones, you look at her. You see that she is grievously wounded. She's probably on death's door. And you can tell immediately the way that she's sitting on the ground, and the way that they laid. Both her legs are shattered.
Great.
Fucking shit.
Fantastic.
You got Tensor's floating disc?
No.
She's
For a bag of holding.
she's also
Yes,
delirious,
totally.
right? Like she actually I say she's delirious. Let's roll a check for her. We'll roll a Constitution saving throw for her real quick to see kind of like what
for
state
delirium.
she is in currently. She's gonna roll Constitution saving throw DC 15. Rolls a 19. She looks like she's in immense pain, but she looks lucid. You kind of like you stumble out of the smoke. She can't see you. You're invisible, right? But you see that she is looking, like peering intently to the north, trying to find out what's going on. Like you can hear where you're from. You can still hear the shouts of battle, coming northward from you through a doorway.
Yeah. Okay, so that was. Hey, she's in the bathroom. Leave her alone. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Needs the attention. That was your cat dash movement. And then bonus action 5 feet.
Action. Yeah, so now I can't move out of the circle.
Oh,
I'd
sorry.
like to move south one, please.
Yeah, my bad. The
10,
circle's a little bit of a
15,
thing.
20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna main action dash as well.
Okay.
To get there.
Gotcha.
And upon getting there and making the same assessment you're saying, her legs are shattered.
Yep. You're right on top of her now. You can clearly see she's lying in not a pool of it's dried blood, right? Like so she's just been left on the edge of life, repeatedly wounded, potentially healed to keep her alive, right? But like she has been horrifically tortured. And they have made it to where she cannot escape on her own.
Yeah. Bags of holding have 5 minutes of air, right? Is that right? Is that right?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna push a regular dag into her hand and say, "It's me, Bones. Cut yourself loose." And then I'm gonna end my invisibility. And I'm gonna get my bag out.
It's actually 10 minutes of air.
Oh shit! All right,
Because
we go.
it's a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures in the bag. So,
Okay.
as long as it's just her,
we're finally
it's 10
putting
minutes.
someone in a bag.
You're
All right,
finally putting
well,
somebody in a bag.
Seeing
That's
that
a
her
lot of
legs
air.
are shattered, it's fine. I'm gonna get my bag out. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna push my dagger in her hand and say,
You
"Cut yourself
end
loose."
your invisibility. She is shocked, and immediately like rears back, and the pain of the motion racks her. You see it across her face. Her hands are bound behind her back, so she can't take your dagger to cut herself free.
I know. I'm gonna push it into her hand.
Oh, you're gonna go around behind her and push it into her hand, so that okay.
Yeah, I mean,
gotcha.
I got the movement.
Okay.
So sure,
Gotcha.
I'll go back
Sure.
there.
Sure.
And 15, and then I'll go back 20, 25, 30.
She is immediately
25.
muttering, there's Zana. They're probably torturing her right now.
I know, we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna start getting my bag out. This might not be super fun. And I'll leave it at that, because next turn I'm gonna open the bag and tell her to get in.
Okay. All right. Oh my god. Okay. Over here, Gelgos Arganray is
Galacus?
he has been assaulted by this fucking lightning thing, so he's gonna try to stab you. Disadvantage. Short sword. 13
Does not hit.
misses. Disadvantage short sword. Another 13 misses. Can't do anything. Dinrith
Scrub.
Arvindar is going to yes. Dinrith Arvindar is going to crack his whip. Or her whip, sorry.
I
Crack her
really
whip.
started questioning life when you called her a him.
Cracker whip, go whap. You hear a cry of. Nope. My bad. Do not hear a cry of pain. But I do believe a 22 still hits Mossy.
You're muted.
So
You are definitely
Muted.
muted.
Mossy takes.
You're-
22 does hit Mossy. Yes, sorry, I was
Mossy
not.
takes 7 slashing damage. That whip is not magical though, so that is reduced
That's
down
three.
to 3. And then Dinrith Arvindar is going to attack. Not with. I need to pull this real quick. Sorry. He does have a spare. I just didn't think I would need it.
She has a spare whip. She's
She has a spare. She has a spare scimitar. I just didn't. I thought I was gonna be using the cool special weapon the whole fight, but then someone filled the fucking room with smoke, and then a werewolf disarmed her. So that shit happens, I
Nope.
guess.
That was a fun series of events.
Yeah. So it is what it is. That is gonna be 8, 1d6 plus 5, etc., etc. She is going to, I mean, that doesn't matter, right? No, absolutely doesn't. She's going to attack. Scimitar.
No.
15 does not hit Mossy. Another one. 11 does not hit Mossy. Okay, that's it.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
Ezra, Spark Elemental. This little drow asshole is taking swings at you.
He's cute.
What do you want to do?
Leave.
Leave? Okay. All right, where you want to go? Okay. You begin to streak through the air. Surges of electricity.
Do I have any idea where what the fuck her name is went?
Yursana?
That one. There's so many D names here.
There's a lot of D names here. Okay. You almost run into somebody.
Is it bad that I can see the dot to know that it's Durzana?
No, I think it's good to see the dot to know that
Okay.
it's Dirzana. I mean, you already ran into her once and then realized afterwards your mistake. So I would assume at this point Ezra's maybe being a little more cautious and not just immediately running through every drow
I
he
was
sees.
having fun zapping the shit out of people.
So yeah,
You're funny.
I think it's perfectly plausible.
So I'm gonna shift over next to her, and I'm gonna use my action to transform.
Okay, action, transform, cool. Here's the wonderful thing. The wonderful thing is that
Did I lose my ability to change myself?
this isn't your token. This is the actual Spark Elemental token. But what I've been doing on the GM layer is I've been moving around your token this entire time as well. So I will now put that on the token layer. And there you go. And we can just get rid of your Spark Elemental form.
Yeah, because that tag is a little obnoxious.
There you go.
Thank you. And as I come out of the form, I'm going to quietly say, Bones has arachnophane. I can get us out of here. They will catch up. I need you to trust me.
She says to you, Catch up. They can't catch up. The east is a dead end. They have to come back this way. If we leave now, they'll be ambushed.
We already have guards on the west.
Roll me persuasion check
coverage.
with disadvantage. I will say you can have normal because of the natural 20 that Bones.
I was gonna say, oh.
She does not want to leave. She is very concerned, right? But there was something that in the way that Bones said, some surety, right? So she is persuadable in this moment. It just might be difficult.
Persuasion, you said, yes?
Yes, yeah. 25.
Damn.
You see something in her eyes. You're right on top of her, right, whispering to her. And she looks at you. But your friends, what if they fall here?
They'll be fine. I trust them. And loudly I will say, Yuzu, get out.
Okay.
Damn. Not that one.
Wow. That is a fucking deep cut.
Oh,
Deep cut. I didn't even remember that for a hot minute.
No, it took me a few seconds. I was like, oh.
It's Kareth Ikorza's turn. I'm gonna say this because I want people to understand the decision-making process that not I'm going through, she's going through, right? Karetha Ikorza has she's the High Inquisitor of Lonwell Alvrindar. She tortures people. She is very good at getting information out of them. And because of that, she has trained for many long years on picking up on anything and everything that she possibly can. She has a passive perception of 20, which is why she has been able to track all of your movements except for Bones in this smoke. Not being able to see you, but knowing kind of where you are and being able to try to fight you because of that. As Ezrah shouts out in common, Uzu, get out. Karetha Ikorza, who has trained for, again, years to suss out the slightest concept of information, realizes in this moment, right, that the whistle's blown. The interlopers are going to flee to try to escape with their prize. And she will be damned if that happens on her watch. She will not face Vlonwelv Ovrindar having lost a valuable prisoner, having been humiliated by this band of adventurers. She, with her passive perception of 20, knows approximately where Ezrah is from his shout. Moves away from Mossy, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from Mossy, because Mossy has tremor sense. No one else will be able to get attacks of opportunity because they are... actually, if she moves away from Ashes, Ashes will potentially get one. Because he is not blinded. Engaged. But Mossy gets one now. Bite, an 18. Actually, I have not been doing this. This is my bad. Actually, never mind. She doesn't have to do that. I'm thinking of the wrong person. Oh, no. Sorry.
She does not need to parry. Got it.
Does... no, she doesn't need to parry. Definitely not. But... yeah. That's that. Okay. She is... I'm just going to say that is not an effect. That hits.
Yeah.
Mossy tears into her hip as she pulls away from him. She is going to make an insight check. She has a plus 15 on her insight.
Good.
Because she is a high inquisitor. She like a rogue, she has expertise in insight. I'm going to say that this is gonna be relatively difficult. I'm gonna set the DC here. It's not really a DC, it's a decision-making concept. At 25, right? You guys have been fighting House Sovereign Dar for a while now. They are relatively knowledgeable of your capabilities from the many fights that you have had with them. She bumps into Dinrith Ovrindar. And she has a choice of killing Dinrith Ovrindar to prevent her prisoner from escaping, or trying to go for the mage that she's pretty sure is going to try to get her prisoner out of here.
Good choice.
If she rolls above a 25, she's going to try to go for Ezrah.
31. Whoa! Man, that's a roll, dude.
I want a blood cursor so bad. I can't.
Karetha Korza needs to move in order to get near Ezrah.
Well, technically, if it's a lance, but
well, she can't strike through another creature in order to do it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. She's a sharpshooter. No, I'm joking.
I mean, in theory, I guess I would go with that.
Wow, Zach.
Right?
Wow.
But she doesn't have sharpshooter. If she breaks base to base with Ashes, Ashes will get an attack of opportunity against her. Karetha Korza, realizing that Ashes has been some reason not as affected as the rest of the combatants in this battle by the smoke, activates her quick step amulet, moving 5 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity.
So why doesn't Matt get one?
Because she does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Matt's a sentinel.
She does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Matt's a sentinel.
What does Sentinel say? I mean, I could be wrong, but what does Sentinel say?
It says it doesn't matter.
That might be the fact.
It says even if they take the disengage.
That's the thing. It's not the disengage action. It does not provoke attacks of opportunity. She's not disengaging. She just goes from one position to suddenly 5 feet away.
Yeah, that's neat.
So it's like a Misty Step.
That is what she was supposed to have been using against you guys, to use the damn Death Lance without disadvantage, but you guys smoke bombed the whole fucking place. Oh god. Anyways, sorry. Moving on. She quick steps down here, moves over, and thrusts her lance into the darkness towards
she does
where the voice emitted from. She has disadvantage on these attacks because she can't see you. She just knows approximately where you are. Death Lance, 23.
It hits.
You take 12 piercing and 24 necrotic. You already saved against the effect originally.
Yep.
So you are not affected by the racking pain of the Death Lance. She has 2 more attacks.
He does.
Death Lance disadvantage. 18.
Shield this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That takes you to 19, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay. There's a flash of arcane sparks as the Death Lance tries to push through, but scrapes up the side of the arcane shield, and she swings again. 16 does not make it through.
Nice.
Oh, that is turn
God.
9. And some shit happens off screen.
I have to roll Constitution.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
And I took 36 points of damage, so that would be an 18 to save. I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Fantabulous.
So you guys have one more round of invisibility.
All right. I'm gonna pile on as much damage that I can do to her.
Get the fuck out!
Yeah, but
Or stay and buy Bones time. That is your call.
Ashes.
Yeah.
Ashes, you can
shutting up.
smell her. She's bleeding out.
I mean, you don't know if I'm successful yet or anything. I'm
freaking like angel and devil on the shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. I am right now.
God.
100%. Okay, that is the end of that. This individual, he didn't know what's going on. He attacks the Wolfman. Short sword disadvantage, 9. Short sword disadvantage, 9. Big whiff. Matashtai, you're up.
Yes, I'm so glad we took that good weapon from that person.
I'm so mad.
So
Thank
we are
you.
in run now, don't attack anything mode, right?
I don't know. It's up to
Yeah.
y'all.
So there is a part of us that is Bones is off trying to save the best friend. But yes, we potentially have our prize.
Are you still a elemental?
No, I used my action to unelemental, and my intent is, assuming I survive until my turn, to dimension door me and the girl to the gate.
There are 3 not weak drow in between him and his turn, though, right? Am I crazy?
Can't see shit. Don't know.
There
Can't
is-
see shit,
there
don't
is-
know.
There is one not weak drow between me and my turn.
True.
And fun fact, that person did not have orders to assault me.
Yeah.
I knew this was coming.
Alright, well, I'm going to put away the Staff of Healing. That's what I had out.
Okay.
Put it away wet.
Put
Giggity.
it away. And then,
I'd try and kill Kareth personally and then run.
Kareth or Dinrath?
Kareth is the one about to.
Both of them are fucking.
Giggity.
which
You
one's
guys-
the cast?
I will say you guys have you
Master?
have fought multiple house captains at this point.
Captains.
Dinrith, you know from your conversations to be a house captain. Kareth is something else entirely compared to the house captains that you have faced.
She seems fucking crazy.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna punch her in the back of the head as she's trying to fight.
Jesus. Yeah, you are.
Stun
I mean,
them.
and
a
I'm going
31
to-
definitely hits. Absolutely.
I'm gonna hand of harm that
Okay.
for some extra damage.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Monk Might.
Red.
Monk's Might. How much damage is
Monk's
that?
Might. 15,
26.
24, 26. Yeah.
Good. Off of one attack.
You step forward. You hear you hear a startled
One.
cry and pain from Ezra. Then you hear 2 shing Shing, as you hear the familiar sound of his arcane ward go up, his shield go up, and blows go off of it. And you're like, no, I'm not having any of that. You step forward, you see a silhouetted figure beyond this drow that you saw earlier. You freed her, Dirzana Preth. You step forward and clock her, and you hit Karatha Korza so hard in the side of her jaw that her head spins around and snaps.
Oh, gross.
Jesus.
Hey, yeah.
She had 8 health left.
Wow.
Damn.
You also stand and watch as her body does not fall, and her head cracks back
that's
around
fun.
and looks in your direction.
Okay.
Punch her again.
You know, had you not said the 8 HP part, I would have just assumed she didn't run out of HP yet.
Okay. Well, I'll try to uppercut her head off of her body.
Okay, go ahead.
Mortal Kombat fatality style.
Mortal Kombat. 20 hits. Let me
Wham.
actually let me double check.
Hit her with that down too.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunate score. Unfortunate scorpions.
Unfortunate.
Yes. Okay. That hits. Another 7 damage. You uppercut her. You hear her jaw snap. Already cracked from the original punch. You hear her jaw snap. Her teeth go through the roof of her mouth and into the base of her brain. And no longer affected by her death ward, this time she drops.
Damn neat.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The death lance cling, 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 clatters to the ground next to her.
Thank you.
Don't even.
Can I grab it?
Don't even.
Grab it.
You are gonna get cursed, and you're gonna fuck this whole thing up.
There's no way that
Do
thing's
it.
not good.
You know you're not gonna. You leave that on the ground. Somebody's gonna pick it up and stab you with it when we fight them later.
Oh, for sure,
You think it's cursed?
Yes.
I don't think it's cursed.
I don't know. I think you should take it.
I'm getting the fuck out. Whatever you do is your own business.
I mean, he did play Muzu.
What are you doing,
I
Matashtai?
blame Yuzu.
What are you doing? I mean, you still. That was. I mean, do you still have attacks left? What do you want to do?
I mean,
What's your
yeah. If I bonus action, I can still get some more hits
You
in.
see the silhouette of the figure that's been repeatedly cracking that whip near you.
All right. Well, fuck her. I'm gonna punch her.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Bam! Punch.
Bounce.
That one probably. Missed.
That does miss. Yeah, 16 misses.
All right. I'm gonna grab the death lance.
Yeah.
I got free hands.
You hear it clatter, right? Yeah, you hear it clatter down to your feet, and you reach down. And you have to kind of like pat for a second. You go, and then your hand touches this slick black obsidian bident, right? Like huge bident. And you touch it, you grab it, you take it in your hand, and you feel this kind of like welling up inside you, this miasma of pain and this desire to inflict it upon others. You're holding the death lance.
Perfect for Matashtai, who loves to
Yeah,
take
perfect.
pain
That
on others.
fits great.
Absolutely
Dumbass.
fantastic. You're holding the death
Okay.
lance.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna run away.
Okay.
5,
Extremely
10,
cursed.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Running.
No longer having things shouted to her, this individual does a thing.
Josephine?
Does the thing.
Oh, does a thing.
Boop. Mossy's up.
Mossy. Alright, I don't know that we ever described what Yuzu meant to him, but Matt said running.
Through the myriad conversations, like what we experience, right, in this game is like 30% of what the characters actually go through, right? Every time they're bedding down, the walks in between levels, etc., right? Like there's so much other conversation that happens throughout all of this type of stuff.
This one's the house captain? This one's the house captain?
Yeah, that's the house captain.
The house captain,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
And she's hurt as hell, right?
Yes.
No.
Not anymore. She's been healed up several times by the healer.
There may or may not have been a cleric in the background healing her the majority of this time.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, then, Mossy,
There may or may not have been a cleric in the background healing Kareth through a very good portion of this until a certain werewolf did like 80 damage in a single round.
I'm proud of you, Ashes.
You know?
All right.
You did good, kid.
Mossy's gonna...
That's the only job I've got.
Okay, what about this guy above him? Is this guy above him hurt as hell?
No. Not hurt. Hurt, but not hurt as hell. A lot of the underlings have been relatively untouched because you guys have been either unable to see them or focused on other tasks. This has been a very
been snooping around.
This has been a very strange combat where a lot of the times you guys haven't been able to do your full damage potential, but at the same time, the enemy hasn't been able to do their full damage potential against you.
All right, well, Mossy sinks into the ground and leaves.
Okay, Mossy's just like, okay, bye. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. He said leaving, which translates in Terran to boulder falling off cliff.
Sounds great. I'm gonna move Mossy. Do you have a direction you want to move Mossy, or is he just like sinking to the ground and then running back the way he came?
He's just sinking to the ground and heading out.
Just like straight west.
Yeah, he'll meet up, at the rendezvous point.
Sounds good.
AKA
Mossy's gone.
The burning bush.
Mossy, Audi 9K. No one can do anything about that. Okay. Dirzana Freth is standing there near you, Ashes, Ezra. And she realizes, you're about to take her away, and not necessarily happy about it, not sure about it, but she's putting her faith in you. She stands there, holds her hand up. Ashes, you're up.
Such a little baby. Oh no, don't go.
I am still engaged with an enemy, and I am not going to leave with our our charge and our caster alone in here.
You were given orders, Wolfman.
You were going to get.
If you are okay with it. All right, how about this? Let me attack this person, and then I'll run. Let me just get one round of attacks.
That's fine. You do you.
You do
but
you.
Don't make it a grandstand of.
It's not grand. It's not grandstanding.
It's not grandstanding. It's
you cannot see me.
It's martyring.
You cannot see me. You heard the call.
Yep.
You do with that what you will.
I will run. But first, 19
hits.
Okay. For
21.
21. Not great.
Not great.
Jesus Christ.
Not great. Well, I mean, I'm really fishing for a crit here because I know this person isn't like.
It's a third of my health.
Hurt. I need super high rolls to
Jesus.
This
man does 21 damage in a single hit is not great.
No.
Were you just like, great. Wow, that's a lot of damage when I did 26 on a crit?
Yeah. There it is.
Javon's
damn it.
Sorry. Javon's adamantine breastplate cancels that critical hit.
Oh.
Woo!
Damn, he finally got.
Wow. Fucking
That's fair.
No,
you
this
fucking got.
drow in obvious studded leather is not wearing a adamantine breastplate.
It's an adamantine studded leather.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
What's your total
Less
damage?
damage than your
Yeah, all right, give me like 3 seconds.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
hurts.
unfortunately,
It is.
low
It's only
damage
20
rolled on that.
Oof.
And you are so excited.
Yeah, he was a little.
Yeah,
happy.
that's what I get for being excited.
Well, it could have been
Karma
much worse if you
coming
didn't
back.
crit.
Assuming there is the resistance is in play, 57.
How much?
57.
A brutal round, but not enough to take this elite warrior down in a single turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep my word
Okay.
and run 45 feet out, back the way I came.
Okay. Bones.
Oh.
Arachnophane, in the intervening time that you have given her this dagger, Arachnophane has taken it, and you see every move that she's making is causing her intense pain. But she's a fighter. She's not going to give up, right? She saws at the bindings on her hands, and cuts through them, frees herself, and almost looks like she almost passes out from the pain, right? She doesn't. She is gritting her teeth so hard that you see blood is trickling out the side of the left side of her mouth, right? And you look down, and she kind of like, she looks at you. You're out of your invisibility. She looks at you, and her eyelids flutter like she's going to just like smack to the ground unconscious, and then you see her body jerks, and she looks up at you again, and you look down, and she has stabbed herself in the leg with the dagger you've given her.
Yeah,
I
it makes
like
sense.
her.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. I So from my person, I'm gonna give her one of my greater healing potions, and then I'm gonna open the bag. I'm gonna say, get in. Well, I'm gonna help her into it.
I was gonna say there's no quick
No,
Takes that much
way.
overhead.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no quick
overhead.
way for you to for her to
Yeah,
get
that's- I
into
figure
the
this would be
bag.
like a whole
You're
action.
gonna have to
Just a
snake
garbage
her
bag.
into the bag type situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it
Um,
would be like a full action.
Yeah. So this will take an action from you to get her in the bag, basically.
I figured. Yeah.
Okay. She is on the border of consciousness.
That's why I gave her
And
help
not
the potion.
not
so
one to
just
fucking
don't-
argue with you in this situation.
Don't
She
die in my
looks at
bag.
you
Here's the potion.
dubiously. She's just kind of like, she almost kind of like blinks at you like in a what kind of motion, and you don't even wait for her to
Torture.
really like help. She kind of like lists a little bit, and as she does, you're just like, nope, in the bag. Whoosh. So her head, she goes head first. You just scoop her head into the bag and then start working it over her shoulders, and she doesn't struggle. But at first she doesn't help, and then all of a sudden, whatever is happening, kind of like the realization kicks in to her, and then she's starting to try to like crawl and squirm her way into the bag as she realizes you're not just stuffing her into a sack that's this fucking big, it's bigger on the inside, right?
You were trying to shove her into a fucking like.
She didn't fucking know.
burlap
She didn't have a
sack.
fucking clue, right? Like,
I set a mental timer for 10 minutes.
okay, absolutely. Arachnophane
Not
is
9 minutes 30 seconds.
in a bag.
No,
I
it'll
mean,
be
you
like
gave her
about
the
when my
dagger. Can
ghost
she
is
cut her
over.
way out if she wants?
It'll be about
I
when my
mean,
ghost is over.
in
I guess
theory, yeah, she technically
She's got a
could.
knife. So I really hope she doesn't do that. But I guess she could.
I mean, if she starts to suffocate, we'll see what happens. All
At
right,
that point, it's 500 gold.
That's
I think
your
you get
action.
another one.
Yeah, that's true.
what are you doing?
Okay. I just give him a take off.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is
Okay,
right
boom.
here. And
There you go.
then I'll
Um,
bonus action dash
I'm
10,
going
15,
to
25,
have to give you
30.
the bad vision again. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. That's as far as I can get.
You don't have
I'll
anything
say.
anywhere you can go except for north though through the fog. So you run up on a door and boom, there you are.
And you said this door is this door is not closed. It is open.
It's closed. It's just not
Or it is
airtight.
It's not airtight.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave it closed for this sec. It doesn't cost me nothing to open it, right?
Nope. Free item
Okay,
interaction.
I'll leave it
That's
closed
what
for-
it costs is your item interaction, basically.
Okay.
Okay. That's
That's
third turn
what I
on
can
Ghost.
do. Can't be on
Gelgos Argon Ray steps forward. Boop. 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 Goes. Waha! And tries to grab. Shouts out in Elvish. And I'm just gonna. The only person in here is Ezrah, so I'm just gonna tell him the information straight up. He shouts out in Elvish, "The prisoner, she's here!" And he tries to grab her. So that is going to be a strength 19. Oh no. She is going to roll her acrobatics check. 17. He grabs her. So he jumps onto her shoulders and begins to kind of like try to, make sure that she is held.
That's cute.
Does that shit
Dinrith
matter?
steps forward, right? Doesn't like is searching around, doesn't see anyone, steps over here, finds Gelgos Argon Ray grappling with Dirzana. Dinrith is smarter than the average drow bear. Dinrith is going to make a DC 13 intelligence check because Kareth hasn't been shouting orders. Nope, too distracted. Crack! Whip crack with the whippy tail. Cracks a whip at Dinrith, right? Tries to catch
She cracks
Dinrith.
a whip at herself?
Or sorry, at Dirzana. This is the problem. Dinrith and Dirzana are a terrible pair.
You
That
already
does
declared
hit
attackers.
Dirzana. And Dinrith is going to use a superiority die to basically grapple Dirzana with the whip as she is hitting her. So there's that, and then she's going to attempt to subdue the prisoner. So she is attacking with non-lethal damage. Scimitar, hit. Another scimitar hit. 7 damage, 8 damage. She expects at this point for Dirzana to drop, but unbeknownst to Dinrith, Dirzana's been healed multiple times during the course of this battle.
Wait,
so,
you have a cleric?
So
do
Dirzana's
we.
actually doing okay. she's basically back to where she started this fight. So there's that, and Ezra, it's your turn.
Oh, Yuzu.
Meta question for you.
Yep.
Dimension door.
Yep.
Has a range.
Yep.
Ezra's a fairly intelligent individual.
Absolutely.
So in terms of distance, would he have an understanding of... Because there was some zigs and zags and all of that for this, to the portal... Jake, no, that is further than 500 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Jake, I consider you to be a pretty intelligent person. What are you trying to gather from an Ezra standpoint?
I am looking at a map and able to measure
Okay.
compared to what Ezra, as he's going through the catacombs and taking a portal that he doesn't necessarily understand.
Sure. What's Ezra's intelligence?
16.
He's fine. Where does Ezra want to go with his 500-foot dimension door?
He would head towards the base of the staircase.
The base of the staircase? Oh, so you want to go beyond
Because the portal
is what you're
was
saying.
on the second floor. But if he heads at least to the staircase.
Oh,
leading up.
you're talking about you think you can't teleport directly to the portal to the maze level. Gotcha. I thought you were talking about teleporting to the portal, the statue portal, the portal that
I
goes
saw you
between
doing that,
those two
that
statues.
measurement. Yep.
Yeah.
500 feet.
No, I was talking the portal to get the fuck out.
Okay.
Now, if measurements are accurate, it would be the hallway leading towards Skull Room is where we would end up.
Okay. I think it's 16 intelligence. That is pretty apropos. So I think to skull. Wait, portal. What skull room? Huh? What? Oh, skull room. Okay. You ping on the map where you want to go.
So 500 feet puts us right about here. Oh, by my measuring tool. Sorry. Puts us right about here.
Okay. Ezrah and...
Don't bring Dingwrath with me, you. Don't bring...
Dingwrath?
Don't bring Dinrath with me.
Ezrah and Dirzana. Teleport.
I mean, that would make things easier for you guys, I guess.
I'm gonna measure exactly where we are going here. Okay. Cool. Ezrah teleports into this location.
The entire Avrindar army.
Yeah.
No, not the entire Arvindar army. But you do teleport back into the territory of Mural the Misshapen, back into the proper of Mural's Gauntlet. And just like we did with the stealth mission, basically every time you enter into a chamber, we check to see if there's something in that chamber.
Yep.
So, as Ezrah teleports Dirzana away from all of this conflict, the idea of the mission at hand being to rescue Dirzana Freth, rescue the daughter of Erelal, one of the full members of House Avrindar. As that happened,
We're not rescuing Avrindar. Get the
or
fuck
sorry,
out of here.
of House Freth. I apologize. From House Avrindar, is what I meant.
Them's fighting.
Them's. I need questionable.
That's a 4th level I need to knock.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. I need you to roll me a d20.
That's not.
It's not Mural. It's not
one.
Mural.
Well, it's not a 1.
It's not Mural.
But as Ezrah and Dirzana appear in the darkness, near the base of the steps leading up to the balcony chamber, not far from the portal leading to the maze level, you do hear something else in this darkness with you, Ezrah. And now, Ezrah and Dirzana are separated from the party, potentially having to deal with something all on their own, while the rest of the party flees from the remaining conflict. And what exactly ever happened to those reinforcements? Are they here? Is Zeron and are Zeron and Quailen okay? What's been going on in your absence?
They got it, surely.
We'll find all of that out next time on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you then. Fuck. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.